I am fortunate enough to have my own concussion clinic, freestanding, that I'm at full-time, but I'm also part-time at Intermountain Healthcare. I've aided in opening 2 concussion clinics as well. So if you do the math, I think we work more than full-time, don't we? This has a lot of special meaning to me because I was introduced to this from one of my favorite patients named Hannah Richards, who actually is such an advocate for brain injury in Utah. She is an example to me. She actually, through a fundraiser out there in Utah, requested some help from us to do that, and we were glad to help. And this, I've never even heard about this until she brought it to my attention, and to be involved in this, not just on a scientific level, but on an emotional level, with my patient right there advocating for me, just makes it so much more meaningful for me. My takeaway is that I am a clinician. 100% of my practice is concussions, and actually 98% of my practice is post-concussion syndrome. So the patients like Hannah, who have been struggling for years and years and years, that are still looking for answers and haven't given up. We have developed an objective measure of concussion outside of just a symptom checklist at self-report. We can actually see objectively through the BOLD effect using functional NCI, or functional neurocognitive imaging, which is our version of fMRI. Allows us to individualize our treatment. We can see exactly what their markers are, and it makes for a very condensed treatment program to help patients just like Hannah. We see women from all ages and all stages of life. And what we find with our research is that it doesn't matter the age of the woman, it doesn't matter what they're going through. If they come in with a positive attitude, because that positivity is key, it really is, and the willingness to work and do the hard work, they will see improvements in our 1-week program. It's a 1-week treatment program. It is intensive. It is 9 to 5 for the week. You are in there doing speech therapy, we call it cognitive therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, psychotherapy when needed, nutrition, sleep education, vestibular ocular. We're looking at eye movements as well, processing speed, hand-eye coordination, psychomotor, evaluations and treatments, and that's the morning. Then you have a lunch. Then you do it all over again in the afternoon. We combine that with proper amounts of destimulation as well. We have computerized brain games. We use Brain HQ, who are wonderful partners with us, and we link that with the FNCI that we use, and that's really the first day. We do that repeatedly, and we see that that type of intensive and frequent treatment, condensed like that, opens up these brains in a way that they haven't been opened up before. And longitudinally, when we track our patients over time, now I think up to almost 2 years, these patients maintain their gains. I loved the talk on hormones. Being a woman, being a mother of 3 girls, and a mother of a 11-year-old going on 24-year-old, right? It was just so interesting about how the hormones and the luteal phases need to be considered when we're doing diagnostics and when we're doing even doing treatment. I mean, it was fascinating to me, and to be able to meet Luann, who was so open and easy to talk to, was really powerful. The talks that really stood out to me the most were ones like those where I could kind of take that nugget and bring it back to my own practice and add it into my screening, and seeing if we could maybe parcel out or piece out other factors that might lead to a more complicated recovery, or what factors lead someone to a faster recovery. This has been a very empowering conference for me. I've never been involved in something like this, where most of the research and most of what was presented was not only driven by women, but they are really just, it's showing me that the community is changing. back when I was in grad school, I was really the only girl. I was the only neuropsychology emphasis. Even when I practice, been practicing for 12 years with Intermountain Healthcare, I'm the only female neuropsychologist apart from one that was working in Salt Lake. Things are changing, and to see how women are driving this and drawing attention to these issues is just so empowering. Again, being a mom of 3 girls, this world's changing.